How's it going, guys? It's the final render here, and welcome to a new kind of video. In this video I'm going to be looking at the brand new Nuka World trailer, which was released just the other day, and seeing what it means for the settlement mode, because as you guys know, I've made many videos on the settlement mode of Fallout 4, and it is cool to see that there has been some good attention on the settlement mode in Nuka World. So how about we get straight into the analysis of this video by looking at a couple of the shots that we see towards the end of the video, showing all the new assets we can use in Nuka World, which has now been confirmed to be released on August 30th, 2016. So these are the clips where you can see some of the new items being added to the settlement mode of Fallout 4, and they mostly appear to be for decoration. There appears to be very little for function. However, we don't actually know what kind of new functionality is going to be added into the game for Nuka World, so we can't be 100% sure of that, but a lot of the decorations that have been added appear to be very wacky, pretty crazy, and some of them seem pretty nice. So how about we look into detail about some of the new things we should expect to see in the settlement mode options. So first off, center stage, we have got a brand new statue of Bottle and Cappy. Bottle and Cappy are of course the actual mascots of Nuka World, and we can see some other things in this shot as well, such as we have got a lighting pole which has a street light which has a Nuka World flag onto it, so that we can add that to our settlement. We've also got a smaller red Nuka World bottle statue which we can add into the background, as well as a very large ice cream cone statue which we can add, purely for decoration I'm sure, as well as a large red street light, which again I'm sure we'll probably be able to use as a functioning street light in our settlements. And moving on to the second shot, we can see a Nuka World themed red rocket station, and if you look very closely into the inside you can see what appears to be a workshop, so therefore we can speculate that this is actually in the game and is a usable settlement. And also we have got some other decorations to look at as well. Firstly, to the very right we have got a pretty darn huge Nuka World statue again, and we have also got something called Bandit Roundup, which appears to have some small targets which you can shoot, and we do see that earlier on in the trailer as well, so having a little game where you shoot the targets, so maybe we can actually build them ourselves using the settlement mode, and there does appear to be power connected to it as well, so therefore we can assume that you can build your little arcade games in your settlements for you to have fun with. We have also got some more what appear to be arcade machines inside the red rocket, the little skee ball hoop machines that we can see earlier on in the trailer, so we can kind of confirm that they are in there as well. We have got a small little poster inside, so we can confirm lots of new posters to use inside the Nuka World. Presumably they will all be Nuka World themed. And we have also got some other kind of raider spikes, and I'm not sure if they are part of the game already, but we do know Nuka World has a very heavy emphasis on raider battles, so therefore it's not too ridiculous to assume they will get some brand new raider decorations as well. And as a final point in this shot, we have also got what appears to be a small ice cream stand, and we have also got a new enter sign. So not only do we have some more signs which we can use to decorate our locations, but we also appear to have maybe some new stores that we can sell food at, for example, or new resources, such as maybe we can actually manufacture things such as Nuka-Cola or ice cream. And here we can see a much better view of the new Red Rocket Nuka Station. Here we can see that instead of having a large rocket on the top, it has got a Nuka-Cola on top of its spire, so that looks kind of cool. And we can also see some of the new decorations as well as some variants of the ones we have already discussed in the video. Firstly, we've got some new posters, and we have also got some new flags. It is about time we got some new flags, because I love the flags in Fallout, but there's only like 3 in the base game, and that's no good. But now we can confirm that we have got some new flags to work with. We've got these pretty large rockets that are just lying on the ground. I wasn't too sure what they are. At first I thought they were seats, but then I saw that there are some also standing vertical, so I assume they really are just for decorations. Have some rockets which you can lie on the ground, or you can stick them up vertical. And this could mean a few things. It's either the same rocket and the developers have actually put it on the side, or there are 2 variants of the same rocket. Who knows? And we have got another statue of Bottle sitting right on the top of the station, just to make the place look a bit more friendly, I guess. And there isn't too much new in this new shop, but there are some things which kind of tell us how the decorations will work in the settlement mode. Firstly, as you can see, we've got lots of western decorations. We've got cacti, we have got these big hay bales, we've got these kind of cowboy silhouetted targets, we've got Bottle appears to be taken hostage, and we have also got the giddy up buttercups acting as horses. This kind of tells me that you'll get decorations for every major zone of Nuka World. So you've got the western zone, you've got the kids zone, you have got the space galaxy zone, you've got the safari zone, etc. So therefore we will get decorations based on all of those locations. Also, can I just say, this new raider decoration that looks like something from Blair Witch Project, Ugh. Looks awful, that does. And one thing which really caught my eye actually is these bizarre red consoles you can see in the background, and I'm not too sure what they are. Although when you zoom right in, you can see some kind of colour at the top, so I'm going to assume that these are either some kind of arcade machines where you can play the games which you normally get in your Pip-Boy, or maybe they are some kind of soda dispensers. As you can see, we've got lots of different colours, almost kind of like a brand. And also, if we actually look at the colours that we can see pink, which may be, say, Nuka Cherry. We have got just red, which is Nuka Cola. We have got a dark purplish blue one, that is obviously Quantum. And then we have also got a yellow one. And if you go back to one of the previous shots in the trailer, we can see on the shelf there is a brand new bright yellow Nuka Quantum. So maybe these actually are soda dispensers and you can refill your empty Nuka bottles and take them with you. Cool idea, I think. And in this final shot we can see what appear to look like buckets at the very top of the building, but they actually, to me, look kind of like lights. We've got some kind of cardboard cutouts of Nuka Cola characters, such as we have got Bottle there, and we also have what appears to be a blue version of Bottle, so maybe a Quantum version of Bottle. We have what appears to be a new kind of trash can. We get a far better view at some of the ice cream statues that we saw earlier on, and we have also got these giant lollipop statues that you can see decorating Nuka World, which we can also add to our settlement to give it a nice bit of flavour of colour and also kind of give it some scale. Some other things we might be able to speculate from a trailer is that if you look at this shot here, which we showed earlier, you can see the figure is kind of standing in a kind of weaved, thatched background, and this is most likely in the safari zone of Nuka World, and this kind of tells me that you might be able to use this as a new building structure, a kind of weave fabric, so to speak. It looks very similar to the kind of huts that you find on beaches or even in third world countries where they just need a very quick and simple resource. It makes sense in the Fallout universe, and I think it looks a bit better than just having wooden planks. Another thing I would like to see in the settlement mode is, could we actually get this mannequin or get a few mannequins which we can put our own outfits on and then they can drink out of the bottles or raise weapons and stuff like that? I think that would be cool. Something which caught my eye when you enter the part of the trailer when you enter the world of refreshment is what looks like a giant power generator behind these two characters. And it would be kind of cool to see a brand new power generator thrown into the game, so that we have got fusion ones, diesel ones, and maybe Nuka ones. But not nuclear ones, Nuka ones. And finally, one of the coolest things that we can see in this trailer is you and your raider gang approaching Sanctuary Hills, placing a flag, and then calling it your own. This is a really interesting concept which they wanted to do with the raiders, and it seems to me like it's going to be quite simple. It's going to be that rather than go into a settlement, doing a small quest for them, and then you can start to build at the settlement, I think it's going to be you and your gang can turn up at a settlement, kill everyone involved, and then you will be able to access the workshop. Once you have access to the workshop, you can then place one of these raider flags, and then the raider flag will act like a recruitment signal, like one of the radio beacons. So then it will start to attract more and more raiders to your base, and then you can take more and more raiders to the next settlement and slowly take over the settlements around the Commonwealth. Rather than doing favors for them and then them allowing you to live there, you just take the settlement for yourself rather than doing their really annoying side quests all day. I'm sure that'll make many people happy. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been my kind of thoughts and some speculation on what will be in the settlement mode of Nuka World. Nuka World does seem like it's going to be a really good DLC package. I think definitely Fallout 4 is going to go out on a bang rather than a fizzle, and it looks like really good fun. You know, it looks really cheerful and really enjoyable, and that is something which I really like about Fallout 4 in comparison to the other ones, is that it's not afraid to be just a little bit wacky, just a little bit fun, and I think Fallout is actually a very wacky world, and this DLC really encapsulates that and has some really cool new features, lots of new guns, lots of new power armor. We've got some new Nuka robots maybe we can build with the automatron assets, and we've got some really nice clever ideas, and I think as long as it's got a decent length quest, and as long as it does actually provide enough hours of fun to really verify its price, then I think this could easily be probably the best add-on for Fallout 4 out of all of them so far. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. This has been the final render looking at some of the stuff in Nuka World. Obviously, some people are already in the beta, so they already know if I'm talking out of my rear end or not, but hopefully I'm not. Remember to check out some of my previous videos, such as the Building with Mods series, which everyone seems to enjoy. And remember, Nuka World is released on August 30th, and I really can't wait.